Happy July to everybody. If you haven't had a chance to see the pictures of Gwen from the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, highlights, I think look for them. She looked great at the event on Saturday. Way better than Daryl and I, but she looked great. She looked great. That's what I was going for. I was fishing there, exactly. So that was a lot of fun and a great event that Metro sponsored. So good news there. There you go. He's the real deal.
In our fashion show at our church. Yeah, Darnell was. Darnell and Kai, yeah, they was in our fashion show. So we have a lot of notoriety.
There you go. All right. Well, it's fun. A lot of good things happening. And so starting with that, we have some employee recognition to do, right?
Yes. So first, I'd like to ask Andrew Rogers to stand, if he will. Andrew Rogers and I are childhood friends, and it is really, really, really nice to be working with him again. Andrew Rogers is a unicorn, and I truly mean a unicorn. Andrew Rogers has been driving for Metro, part of our Metro family, for 41 years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 43.
43.
And we're childhood friends, and I don't want to say that because I'm telling how old we are. But he's a unicorn. It's not just that he's been driving for us for 43 years. He's been driving for us for 43 years without a preventable accident. And I think everybody should stand and give him a hand for that. Can you come up here, Andrew?
Andrew was telling me before that when they would go to singing sessions together, that Daryl's mom would drive them, and I think that's who taught him how to drive safely. Must be your mom.
So we have something special for you. Come on, I want your picture too. Right over in the middle. Congratulations for being a unicorn. Union officials here. This is a certificate for his professionalism, customer focus, and commitment to safety for operating a bus for 41 years without a preventable accident.
We're gonna update that.
So it's not just that, his customer service skills, his OTP, this man is a unicorn, and we really appreciate you. Mr. Rogers. Thank you, sir. You want to say anything?
I just want to thank you all for inviting me to the to the board meeting, and it's been a pleasure. And working for Metro, I love Metro, and I guess 44 years is going to be my limit, which is next year. But
You're too young.
but it's been a pleasure, and thank you all. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Rogers, I have a question. What's the secret to your success?
Patience.
That's why none of us could be bus operators.
And again, we have some amazing employees here, and I do mean amazing employees that we're celebrating today. Chrysanta Dinkins, will you stand? So you guys remember we sent out an email to all of the board members about an accident that happened on the Western Hills Viaduct, where one of our buses got hit and the car actually flipped over. Well, she got off of her bus and helped pull the passenger from the car, out of the car to safety. Our operators are part of this community. They help in any way they can in this community. And this morning, we're celebrating Ms. Dinkins. Will you come up and join us?
Guys ready?
Thank you. Why am I lost?
That's not a good thing.
It is not a
Had
good
it
thing. All right, I want to recognize two other individuals here. And I also want to mention that I also got an email from the union president. These are admin employees, but as we celebrate each other, Frank Harper also sent me an email to talk about what these gentlemen do on a regular basis, an everyday basis, to celebrate them. Mike Weil, will you stand up? And Brian Smith, will you stand up? We recently had something very unfortunate happen here to a couple of our operators. What I'd like to say about Mike Weil is this organization can count on Mike Weil when anything happens, and I mean anything happens here. An accident, anything. Mike Weil calls me immediately when anything in our organization that is outside the normal happens. He is one of the first ones on the scene. If one of our operators are in the hospital, Mike Weil goes to the hospital. He stays in touch with the police, with the operators to make sure everything goes well. Mike Weil and then Brian Smith for his care of what happened a couple of weekends ago, being at the hospital, taking care of our operators. We even transported one of our operators home from the hospital. These gentlemen are outstanding, outstanding members of our community, and I'd like to ask them to come up and receive a CEO Star Award. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Daryl, and thanks to all the award recipients. We really are lucky to have the staff that we have, and so caring about the community and our own community here at SORTA. So thank you, Mike and Brian. It's tough. Any update we want to provide on?
One of the gentlemen is home from the hospital. He has additional surgeries he has to have. One of the other gentlemen, as of yesterday, was still in the hospital.
And horrible situations, and I know we're doing everything we can to protect the operators.
Absolutely.
And in fact, I know Sonia's not here today because she's on a call with some groups around legislation to try to get make it a federal offense, right, to attack a bus operator. So plenty of work going on, and our prayers are with those folks. I don't believe there's any hearings from citizens, right? Nope. Anybody mean to sign in that did not? Okay. Then great. Why don't we move ahead on to the action items? Okay. So the minutes from last meeting are in the book and on your screens. I would move that we accept them. Second. Moved and seconded. Any comments, questions, corrections? Spell Cassie right? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Passed. There you go. Dan, finance.
Thank you, Mr. Cassie. As you mentioned, Sonia has been very busy with her work schedule and other items.
Yeah.
So I'm pitching it for her today. And thanks to Larry for shepherding me through the last Finance Committee meeting, as always. So just wanted to hit on some highlights from our Finance Committee. There are about 5 points I wanted to bring up. One, Mr. Cassie had talked several times about the hedging strategy that we use. And so Linwood Capital came. They discussed the concept of hedging. They reviewed the market factors that influence their strategy and our current hedging policy, which we're going to review this upcoming planning cycle. I think it was good to hear that And for a couple of us, we might not need a tutorial again. You don't always get it on the first take. I'm one of them. That was a lot to learn. So it was a really helpful presentation. So I'm glad we had that. Secondly, Julie Beard, our Director of Accounting, she updated us on the audit status. We discussed some closed audit findings, a few open audit findings, and we shared what the focus would be in the next 2 quarters of 2023. Thank you, Julie, for that. The financial report, we had the June results, and Larry will talk a little bit about that later, but overall, we've had strong results for 6 consecutive months. Ridership continues to trend up, so that's great news. Fixed route fare revenue averages $1.1 million over the last quarter, and that was good to know. We're favorable to budget for the 6th consecutive month. That favorable to budget term is one we like to use in this committee. So in terms of the investment of funds summary, Larry also went through that, talked about the investment portfolio. Our performance remains strong through June. The capital reserve obligation remained covered, and full year outlook remains strong. So it was a nice report on our investment of funds. Finally, we had a resolution that we had to approve, the June investment reports, and we all approved that unanimously. So that's my report from the Finance Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions for Dan? He's not going to answer them, but you're welcome to ask. Apparently. No, it was great meeting. And obviously, we have substantial funds, and we'd like to remind everybody that a lot of that's come from, the money we've gotten from the federal government. That's gonna stop soon, we think. Although winning grants all the time, thanks to the hard work of the administration. But most of that money, there's quite a bit of money in the bank accounts for us. That's set aside for very critical things, and so let's not get ahead of ourselves and feel like we have a lot to spend. We still got to take real good care of it, right? And hopefully we'll start getting some of the money spent on the infrastructure fund projects that are going and have been approved, and we'll review the next round soon. I thought next month. August and September. Okay, so that's coming up, but exciting for the organization. Blake.
After the finance meeting, we had another extensive planning and ops meeting and went over lots of good news. Too much time to go through all the amazing things that SORTA is doing right now. I'm sure that Daryl will cover some of those things in his notes at the end, and I've trumped him a few too many times, so I'll be good.
Today's okay to trump me.
All right. We did review the service quality and ridership initiatives, making progress on all of those, but still face some challenges in terms of staffing, which we were doing everything we possibly can. We had a whole presentation on the extensive work being done on recruitment and retention, and that is one of the keys. So anybody who is interested in applying to come and work with us here at SORTA, please do. Or if you know other people who are interested, let them know. We also discussed the Paratransit Consortium, the Regional Paratransit Consortium, and the work being done on that. Great to hear all the progress and the next things that we'll take on. We had 2 action items. And the first connects to some of what I just said, which is having a Metro Family Day. And I would like to move approval for that. It depends on how many people participate, the cost on this. It could go up to a little over $250,000 if everybody attends, but projections are closer around $110,000. The second item is a contract modification for pressure washing. This is pressure washing that has really been going on an ad hoc basis, but became large enough that it was put out for bid, and the incumbent, or not really incumbent, our current pressure washing vendor was selected for that, so we are modifying that. And this is primarily for our main facilities, and pressure washing and cleaning all the work that we do there. So that is a modification for 5 years. And I would move that we approve that as well on the consent agenda.
Okay. Moved. Anybody want a second? All right. Moved and seconded. Any comments, questions? Can go fast today, I guess. Okay.
Let's see. Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Sheets?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Burdon?
Yes.
Mr. Bryce?
Yes.
Mr. Etheridge?
Yes.
Mr. Metz? Mr. Cassie?
Yes.
And Mr. Dreehouse?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. It was a good meeting and very exciting about what's going on with paratransit and trying to get to that single seat ride, hopefully sometime next year if we can. The one thing it didn't Metro Now, we went to the second area, second geography, so that's great too. Getting lots of good attention there, so really fired up about that. Get those working before we expand to the next 4. Don't say the final 4 because it. But all right, Larry.
Good morning. A few comments concerning the statement of operations for the month of June. The first chart here shows our fare revenue for the previous 3 months to give you an idea of how we are trending. A couple of comments relative to the month of June. We can see here the numbers suggest that there's a fair amount of consistency in our fare revenue, so that's the good news as we think about progress for the months to come. A particular note, I'll draw your attention to the average revenue per day, which is also fairly consistent between the month of May and June of this past year. Looking at the far right at 38,000 and 37,000 respectively per day. Scanning the next page, looking at the operating expenses for the month of June. Again, consistency in the wages and benefits category, so nothing is jumping out at us there. Looking specifically at the other bucket, which is the chart, the bar in the red. A particular note, I'll draw your attention to other expenses associated with that bucket, which are really a function of advertising and promotion expense that is timing related, which we expect to normalize in the months to come. Summary comments on the profit and loss report. Total revenue for the month of June came in at $23 million, which is favorable to budget $5.4 million. Total expense came in at $12.3 million, which is favorable to budget $266,000. This leads to a operating surplus for the month of June at $10.7 million, which is favorable to budget 5.7%. Ridership came in just south of 1 million rides for the month, which is favorable to budget, approximately 17,000 rides. Key drivers associated with the revenue bucket for the month of June, total fares at 1.2 million, which is favorable to budget 236,000. CPS contract revenue is, in terms of the line item, is showing 470,000 unfavorable to budget. Root cause there is we had to make an adjustment for an overbill associated with extracurricular pass revenue that had been recorded earlier in the period. Non-transportation came in at 657,000, which is favorable to budget 553,000. Root cause there, as previously shared, revolves around investment portfolio income being higher than projected. County sales tax came in at $10.6 million for the month, which is favorable to budget $104,000. Again, timing associated with the March receipts is in contrast to our budget planning assumption for the month. And then the last key category of note on the revenue side is federal grants came in at $10.9 million, which is favorable to budget $5.1 million. Root cause there is associated with a reallocation of underutilized funding that is a part of the urbanized agreement associated with the other transit agencies in our geographic area. This is attributable specifically to Claremont County. And so we expect, as we chart the path forward in the next cycle, the next time we have a UZA agreement, there'll be some portion of this funding that will actually be a deduction in the next calendar year. But for right now, it's showing favorable to budget based on the underutilized revenue that Claremont County had available to them. Turning our attention to expense, wages and benefits, $9.2 million, favorable $151,000. Just a very small budget there, which is associated with timing, associated with uniform orders for the operators. Fuel and lubricants at $685,000, which is slightly unfavorable to budget at $38,000. Parts and supplies, $816,000 for the month, which is unfavorable to budget, just $76,000. And in the all other bucket at $1.6 million, which is favorable to budget, $229,000. Again, a fairly significant variance there, which is attributable to advertising and promotion expense, in addition to expense that we've got budgeted to support our outside vendors that support planning and operations. Okay. Those are my comments concerning the profit and loss for the month of June. Are there any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. More questions when it's bad news than when it's good news. But so thank you.
Well, if there's only questions when there's bad news, I'll make sure that for the next 6 months we continue to have good news.
There you go. That's good. Or somebody else will do the presentation. That's all right, Brandy. Thanks.
You mentioned CPS. Or would you like me to?
Well, Daryl and I were talking. So the as everybody knows, school year comes around every year, and the school year will start, I believe, before our next full board meeting. Mm-hmm. We're continuing to
continuing conversations with CPS, and we expect the same service that we provided last 2 school years to be provided this school year. We're making a couple of tweaks that at some point in time should be better for the school kids riding the school bus, but we are working very closely with CPS to move the kids throughout our region.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, good morning, and apologies for my voice. I was singing along all weekend at a music festival, and it hasn't quite returned to me, so please bear with me. As we celebrate 50 years of incredible service to our community, August 15th is our official birthday. I think we've been saying that all year long and celebrating all year long, but is finally approaching. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that we've done, what we have coming up, and how you can be a part of the celebration. So we're starting with our internal employees because they are on the front line. They make what we do here possible. So among the celebrations that we've done all year, they will all have a special 50th anniversary T-shirt that they'll be wearing as part of their uniform during the month of August. There's also going to be cookouts during that week. So beginning on August 14th, we're going to celebrate with food trucks and grilling out at each facility and a DJ on site and birthday cake and just a very festive environment. So everyone can come in and feel really good about the work they're doing as they go out on their shifts, whether they're working in maintenance, making our buses in tip-top shape, or out on the front line serving our community or in our offices. So we're going to definitely celebrate. The other thing is on our birthday, we have partnered with Black-Owned Coffee, which is one of our DBE partners, and we're very proud of our participation with and expanding our DBE partnership throughout the years. And on that day, any Metro employee who shows their badge at the Black-Owned Coffee shop just down on Elm Street will get 50% off of their drink as a special thank you as they continue out on their route throughout the day. And we are celebrating with a Metro Family Day at Kings Island. Thank you for approving the budget for that. And then we are inviting our employees to bring their children and their spouses and to come out and have a fun day. We all work really hard and we should celebrate together and as one big Metro family. And so during that day, there will be food and fun as everyone enjoys the roller coasters. And so we're really happy to do that. And one thing that is to be determined on the date, but we are going to do a community service day. What we do is all about serving the community, and we've heard from our employees that they want to go even further. So we're going to work with a charitable organization in town and do a community service event. And when that day is scheduled, I will certainly let you all know if you would like to participate with us as well. So the big event on Fountain Square is open to the community. We're inviting everyone to come celebrate. Again, that's August 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will have official remarks and recognition from our state representatives, the county commissioners, as well as our mayor, and other special guests and honorees that will be celebrating for their 50th year achievement. So you got to come and see who our surprise guests are. We'll also have live music from Second Wind Band. They'll be on the main stage performing and keeping the energy really high. There'll be food trucks there. We're giving out street pops to the community, strolling performers and face painters, so something for all ages to enjoy that day. We've also invited about a dozen of our community partners to have tents and tables with us and give out their information, because we know that we connect with and partner with so many different agencies throughout our county, and we want to bring them in to help celebrate this occasion as well. There will be lawn games on the square, think Jenga, cornhole, so lots of fun. And there will be a live broadcast remote with 94.9. They'll be having trivia and contests and giving away $50 gift cards. So if you want to test your Metro knowledge, please, this is the time to do it, and you can earn some dollars there as well. And we'll also have some historic buses on display. We're partnering with the Cincinnati Historical Transit Association. So if you're ever curious of what a 1953 bus looked like or a 1970 bus looked like, come out and check them out. And also we'll have one of our newest buses on display so you can see the history and the progression of our fleet. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about our partnerships with some DBE businesses in town. As I mentioned, in addition to the Coffee Lounge Black owned, we've also partnered with them to make a commemorative anniversary shirt. And we're going to be having an event here in a few weeks to unveil the shirt design. So it's really cool. It'll have lots of influencers who move the city. So definitely stay tuned for that. August 9th, we're going to do a grand unveil and a media op. And the shirts will be for purchase at Black-owned apparel store. And a part of the proceeds will go to support Everybody Writes Metro Foundation. So certainly a good way to get some commemorative Metro paraphernalia, but also celebrate and help support a great nonprofit. And there will be many social influencers who will be helping us spread the word about that as well. Last week, hopefully you all got in on the roller skating. We sponsored the roller rink on Court Street in partnership with 3CDC. And each night there was a different theme, whether it was hip hop or the 70s disco night or our family day on Saturday. And I heard there were so many people out there who were skating and celebrating and just having a really great time. And we sponsored 50% off of skates on Friday, and 3CDC met us the other way, and skating ended up being free. So that was a nice surprise for anyone who came down to celebrate. I've already hit that note, so we can go on to the next one. Got ahead of myself there. All right, so also our partnerships went with 6 of our coffee shops that are in the XBE category. And so we wanted to make sure that we were spreading the word about this birthday bash throughout. So as people went and picked up their cup of joe, they were learning about our party and coming out to celebrate. In addition to the coffee sleeves, there was stickers. So maybe you're not a coffee drinker, but you were picking up a meal, you're also going to see the sticker on your to-go bag. And so we're really happy to be able to partner and continue our relationship with many XBE coffee shops throughout the region. And on the next slide here, Chanel, you'll see the listing of them. So whether you stop by the Black Coffee Lounge or Kid Coffee or Cream and Sugar, Sidewinder, I Am Coffee, or Just Brew Coffee, and strategically located all throughout the county, you can learn about our event and an invitation to come down and celebrate this amazing occasion with us. And I'll talk a little bit more about our partnership with the Cincinnati Transit Historical Association. This group has done an amazing job of collecting and keeping all types of items from the history of transit, old uniforms and tokens and maps and schedules and everything from over the last 50 years and beyond. And so it was just a treasure trove of items that we were able to partner with them to help us tell the Metro story. So stay tuned for a really cool production that we're doing with that. And on the next page, you'll see an exhibit that we're partnering with the Cincinnati Public Library downtown. All these items will be on display in the public library beginning August 7th through September 7th in their north building as well as the south building. And so as you walk through, you will just see a treasure trove of information. And so if you ever wanted to geek out on Metro Transit, this is your opportunity. If you go to the next slide, I'll share.
Be there. So, yeah. He geeks out on that.
Awesome. There will be a horizontal vinyl banners that will circle around the rotunda and provide a timeline of Metro's 50th years with photos and other visual elements. There will be not just history. What are we doing today? Because we're making history right here today. So you'll learn about the new things that are coming as well as the civic engagement. And the library will have their docents available to give anyone guided tours who may be interested in that. So we're really excited about that display that will begin August 7th. And not to mention, last but not least, our media engagement. Hopefully you all have seen the numerous publications that we have both locally and nationally talking about what we've done and the impact that we've made over our 50 years, including the incredible cover stories that we were able to get here at the Business Carrier and the Busline magazine. And there's a few more that will be coming out over this next month. One with Cincinnati magazine. We have a great feature that'll be coming out mid-August talking about our 50 years of contributions. And then after this board meeting today, Daryl and Craig will be interviewing with City Cable's In Focus, and they'll be doing a segment about our 50 years and what we're all doing and the impact of that. And Daryl did a radio spot for the CEO highlight with iHeartRadio that will also be running in August. So lots of media, lots of opportunities to tell our story and the great work that we're doing. And then I guess shameless plug, we had some other public affairs programs that I've been proud to share our stories on across the 4 networks that we work with here in town. And so we're just very grateful for our media partners who found our story very fascinating and has been happy to help us share that news. And that concludes the 50th anniversary. Each of you have swag bags. There's more. You'll see lots of treatment. We really thought about how do we help everyone collect a piece of this history. You'll see the bus wraps that'll be out in the street here any day now. We've all enjoyed the 50th anniversary logo treatment that we've used all year. And in the fare box, if you purchase a paper ticket, your ticket will have a special commemorative design on the backside. So anyone who's using the paper ticket will be able to keep that. And on August 15th, fare will only be 50 cents. We rolled it back. So 1973 fare, 50 cents. Who would have thought? 50 years, 50 cents. So spread the news that you can ride for the low fare of 50 cents on August 15th. Hopefully you got your historical calendar at the beginning of the year and you got to celebrate with us each month. We are working on a holiday ornament. We'll make sure each of you get one of those to celebrating your Christmas tree. Wear your lapel pins proudly, and the bags you have on your tables have just some of the swag that we rolled out to our employees and to our community all year long to help everyone just wear a little piece of history. All right, thank you. And before I sit down, I do want to share a couple other pieces of news. This Saturday, July 29th, HR will be holding a big bus career fair at our Queensgate Garage, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is an opportunity for anyone who's interested in being an operator. Maybe you aren't sure, don't know if you can drive behind a 40-foot bus. You can get behind the wheels, test it out, and see if this is a great career for you. We believe that it is, so please come out and help us spread the word about that. The other thing is August 8th, Metro Fair, Access Fair, Metro Now Fair will all be free to ride for the election. We want to make sure that we are removing transportation as a barrier for our community to vote. And so please spread the word that they can ride fare free all day across our system to get to from the polls. Thank you.
That's just August 8th.
August 8th, that is on the election day. Thank you.
Thank you. A lot of great stuff happening, and great 50 years, and hopefully a great next 50 years. One other event I do want to make sure you have on your calendar. We'll get to the Everybody Rides Metro open house breakfast is on September 12th, 8:30 at the West End. Is that right?
Yes, September 12th, 8:30 to 10:30 at the Westin Hotel.
Right, so that'd be with all our partners that are supporting and that we're working with. So great there. That really is kicked up, and we'll have a review soon on that as well. So
What time is that?
8:30 to 10:30 a.m. It's going to be a continental breakfast, actually a little bit more than continental, but we're inviting all of our current partners to celebrate, and also any interested partners who would like to know about how to become one. We'll be having presentations and talking about the program. So we're inviting any charitable nonprofit to come and learn more about the program.
So this is at the Western.
Yes.
no fire this time, though.
That's a good plan.
At least that's the good plan. I'm confident. No fire this time. Oh yeah, and I wanted to say Frank Harper, the union president, joined us. Hey Frank, how are you? You missed. We did celebrate some great work by some of the operators and safety team today. So Andrew and make sure I get your name right. Crisanta, right? So thank you very much. I'm just gonna roll over it, but nice to see you, Frank, and thanks for coming. Thanks to everybody for all the hard work.
For the board, Frank Harper is our new union president, ATU 627.
All right. Any other new business anybody wants to bring up?
Yes, Mr. Rogers would like to
say something else to the board. Oh, okay.
Mr. Rogers is also best dressed.
In the neighborhood.
Good morning. First, thank you all for allowing me to speak. What I wanted to say was a few years back, a couple of years back, our past CEO, which is Mr. Dwight Farrell, he awarded me a parking space for all the things that I've done, awards and whatnot that I have achieved. He awarded me a parking space with my name, top operator, which I guess I'm probably the oldest employee, not in age though, but on the property. But anyway, he awarded me a parking space with my name, and that was a couple of years ago, and I got the 40-year safety award, which I got a standing ovation at the banquet, which was very high, very good. A week after that, they took my parking space away, and they took my name down, which that was one of the most highlighted things of working for Metro when I got that parking space with my name. So I did speak to several people that I thought was in command that could tell me why my parking space was taken away. They never did anything with it. It's still vacant as we speak now. So only thing that I was able to get out of why it was taken is that one of the union stewardess wanted to park his car, and they told him that he couldn't park there. And so he said, well, if I can't park there, Andrew Rogers can't park there either. So that was supposed to have been the reason why that it was taken. And I really think that was one of the most hurting things that could have happened. I'm a line instructor. I mentor new employees that come in. I've been operated a month several times. I have perfect attendance. It's just a lot of things that I've done for the company. I love the company. I love Metro. And I guess so, but you can see that by me staying this length of time. But what I want to ask, what I'm asking of you all, if you would, because the place is still vacant, if my name could be put back, top operator, and my parking space be placed back where it was at, I'm asking you all if you would help me make that happen.
Thanks for bringing it to our attention. I don't think any of us were aware of that, and we'll address the situation.
Okay, I did speak to Durrell about it
Okay.
several times. So if it could happen, I would appreciate that before I retire. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. No other new business? Then I move that we go into executive session under section 121.22 G3, conferences with attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are subject of pending or imminent court action.
Second.
Okay.
So roll call. Mr. Smith? Yes. Ms. Sheets? Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Metz? Yes. Ms. Burdine? Yes. Mr. Bryce?
Yes.
Mr. Etheridge?
Yes.
Mr. Driehaus?
Yes.
And Mr. Cassey?
Yes.
All right, I would like to ask everyone to clear the room, please, for executive session.